Hey there, it's Nick, your healthy weight loss coach, and in today's quick video, I'm going to go over the 4 foods women should absolutely never eat. Now, I don't love saying never eat something because when a diet is or begins with restriction, usually it's going to end up in a failed diet, and that's going to lead to disappointment, frustration, and ultimately a yo-yo dieting and a vicious cycle of weight gain. So instead of saying never, let's go ahead and say be very aware of these foods, try not to eat them. If you do eat them, do it very rarely. So if you do end up eating the foods that I'm talking about in this video, I just want to help you, make you aware of what these foods can potentially do to your body, to your health, and how they're going to prevent you from losing weight. Food number 1 is whole wheat bread. This includes multi-grain bread, white bread, anything that contains gluten essentially. Most of the bread these days is coming from a genetically altered seed. And so our bodies just don't recognize this seed, and so it causes digestive inflammation. And if something negatively influences your digestive system, it's going to have a negative impact on your liver, which is going to have a very bad effect on your thyroid's ability to keep your metabolism running smoothly. Most of your T4 to T3 conversion, your inactive to active, happens at your liver. And so if we're giving it inflammatory foods and pesticides, your liver becomes overloaded and it's just going to try to survive, kick out the really, really bad stuff, but it's not going to be able to convert that T4 to T3 efficiently. So let's go over number 2. Soy protein and pretty much anything soy. It's almost impossible to avoid soy completely because soy lecithin is in so many foods. Even if you completely avoid processed foods, it's going to be difficult. Soy protein is most of the time, 95% of the time, going to be genetically modified. Not only that, soy is probably the most estrogenic food that is in our food supply right now. So for you as a woman, that's important because we're eating lots of estrogenic foods. You're also exposed to xenoestrogens, which are the ones in plastic, and so we're eating lots of foods out of plastic, we're microwaving plastic, drinking out of plastic bottles. And so while estrogen is a very important hormone for you, eating your estrogen is usually not a good idea, and it's going to cause estrogen excess. And guess what? If you're also eating foods that inflame your digestive system and your liver detoxifies excess estrogen, and so if that's overloaded, your thyroid's inhibited, your liver's not kicking out excess estrogen, it's just an ugly cycle. And so avoid soy protein especially, which unfortunately is a protein source of most of the protein powders geared towards women, as well as there's a lot in men's protein powder, which is really bad because estrogen goes against testosterone, and so we're having like this feminization of men by eating too many soy products. All right, number 3 is Coke, and specifically high fructose corn syrup. If you can find some sodas, and they are out there, sweetened with real cane sugar, those are okay. Every now and then, of course, like in moderation. I don't love saying that, but if you're finding Coke that's sweetened with real sugar, it's much better option than the high fructose variety because they're metabolized different at your liver and in your body. High fructose corn syrup can literally wreak complete havoc on your insulin levels, as well as the corn is coming from a genetically modified source. And so, I mean, there's just these foods that we're eating nowadays are just completely destroying our health. And women come and say they want to lose fat and lose weight and still want to eat these foods. It's very difficult to lose fat and keep it off by creating health and still eating these inflammatory foods, which is why I'm so adamant about making you aware of it. And the last one is tilapia. This one might be a game changer, or you might have already turned off the video. Most tilapia is farm raised, and so we don't know what they're really feeding these fish. I've heard in some reports that they feed these tilapia sawdust. They feed just like excrements of cow and all these types of different things. So not only that, but they're like literally are being raised in these tanks where they can't even move. And so these fish are stressed out just like a cow would be stressed out, and you are what you eat. And so if you're eating stressed out animals, it's going to cause inflammation in your body. The simple solution is to find wild-caught varieties of fish, cod, haddock, salmon, tuna. Those are really affordable and awesome options to replace your tilapia. And so these are 4 foods that you should never eat or try to really avoid. And so the theme is avoid inflammation. When you heal inflammation in your body, it's going to be very easy for you to lose weight and burn fat. I want you to have access to my free video training series, How to Outsmart Your Fat Cells and Unleash the Power of Your Female Metabolism. In video number 1, I go over the 7 key differences of a fat storing body, where you might be now, and how to get to a fat burning body where you want to be. So click the link above this video, and I'll see you in the free video training series. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you not only learned something, but you committed to take action on what you learned. Here's what I want you to do next. I want you to click that link above, and that'll give you access to my free Healthy Fat Loss video training course, where you'll not only get metabolic healthy fat loss meal plans, you'll also receive personal trainer guided metabolic workouts that are going to help you build lean muscle and burn excess fat off your body. But more importantly, you're going to learn how to outsmart your fat cells without restrictive diets and long hours at the gym. All you have to do now is click that link above to start watching your first video. I'll see you soon.